It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Cardinals and the Broncos. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Denver Broncos. Up in the booth with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and kickoff straight ahead, CD. What's one thing that you're going to have your eye on?
I think about what the great coaches of the past always said. The key to any ball game. Can you rush theirs and protect yours? Well, in this case, both of these teams get after the quarterbacks. I'm watching the pass rush.
And off we go from Denver. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. The first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Down to about the 37.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. The give is to McLaughlin. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
From the gun on third down, Nix. That is caught. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals 19. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. Well, this is what you want to see from your rookie quarterback on an opening drive, Charles. He looks cool. He looks calm. He looks collected in marching them down the field.
And, Brandon, I just think the game continues to change and evolve because we're calling these guys rookies. But, you know, they've thrown the football so much at a younger level now. Way more so than what we saw when guys came into the league when you and I came through.
And also just the way, in particular to him, Charles, how he handles himself in meetings. Just so professional, mature. Looks like he's been in the league 5 years.
Yeah, he cares about the game. He cares about his performance, and it's showing.
Here's 2nd and 10. Mims in motion right. They'll fake the jet sweep, and instead give up the middle to Williams. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
To throw on 3rd down, Nix. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Cardinals now getting set to go offensively, and it'll be the dual threat quarterback Kyler Murray leading the way.
Drafted with the idea that he'd be one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the NFL when he put it all together. We've been seeing that progress throughout his career. This guy's legs, we knew they were phenomenal. Arm, top-notch. But now we're seeing his mind come into the game. Reed's defense is better and better each and every week, and is showing patience as a passer as well. Not as eager to exit the pocket, finding guys downfield for bigger plays.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Meanwhile, Murray's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The quick slant, good for a 1st down, a gain of 12.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Nothing after 1 on EA Sports. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw is Murray.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here's Murray. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing again, Murray.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 35. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Well, certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 35-yard line. Here's Murray. Throw left side complete. That's counter. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Murray now. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down at a 21-yard gain.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man covers were so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
From the gun, Murray.
That's to McBride, and he has it. Touchdown, Cardinals.
A 9-yard touchdown there, and the Cardinals have taken the lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays.
And it was capped off by a touchdown reception from Trey McBride.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. A nice start to the drive, picking up 12 yards there and a very quick 1st down. Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
throwing on first down. Nix. Slant pass. He's got Reynolds. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Nix. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Short throw caught by Dulcich. And he will have the Broncos first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Williams running left. And he'll snag about 5 yards down at the 32. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Nix. His throw incomplete.
Well, there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Operating from the gun. Nix. Flushed out right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll give him a new set of downs.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And down inside the 15 he goes. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On first down, Nix. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Second and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. And this defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead. Operating from the gun. Nix to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw again. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Williams. will take it in. Touchdown, Denver.
Two good drives on their first two possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL. So they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that one a 13-play drive in total.
And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The Cardinals going to get the football one final time here in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Murray now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Throwing now is Murray.
Open man here is Benson.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
To throw, it's Murray.
A throw to the flat for Carter.
So the completion gets him just a yard. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the 1st down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. This is taken at the 15.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back.
And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. It was former Tar Heel Javonte Williams with a solid first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter.
But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray.
A short one here, caught by McBride.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alex Singleton.
And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half.
And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing to start the drive. Nix.
Short throw caught by Dulcich.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
If anyone ever has any doubt that tight ends are primary targets nowadays, just watch this play. He's back in the pocket, finds his guy, and they get a nice gain out of it.
Yeah, simple little completion out into the flat. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Nix.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Nix.
And they'll find the open man. That's complete.
And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
He can't get him down. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a 1st down with his very next run.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. A 5-yard touchdown catch.
And the Broncos add 6 to their lead. Well, with This rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster. Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
But when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Murray going to throw.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up fourth down.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at the 18. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10.
Denver's offense now set to go.
That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Second and 10 now. Third quarter action in Denver.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
55 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
They've kept him in check until that run. That's the first time he's really gotten loose in this game.
And they have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally had a big run. You kind of are counting on that as the game went on. Get back to what you were doing before. Start limiting him again.
They go play action here on first down. Throw left side to Reynolds. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Nix. Escaping the pressure right. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Broncos will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Well, this is where the mile-high air really starts to affect an opposing offense. Guys moving a bit slowly.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Baron Browning able to put an end to that play, and in so doing puts an end to this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Brought down by Jalen Thompson.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
73 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he's going to be stopped up just short of the first down at the Cardinals' 29. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he will have the Broncos first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And they'll get him down right about the 20.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Again, it's Williams. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.